Hey guys, hope you're all well. Early start today, it's about 5:30. Yesterday, what does it say? Tuesday today, I think it is. Yesterday, I was messing about with that change we're doing on the bike, and it wasn't going very well, which was down to me. I wasn't having a very good day. I was turning miserable, getting everything wrong, and I just did not want to be here. One of them days. Anyway, nice and early this morning, better frame of mind, and hopefully we can start solving this. Right, as you can see, something is missing from here. Yes, it's there, and there's a bit of it chopped off. The chocolate box is gone. Well, it's not gone, it's the other way round actually. That's gone, although it's still there, but it's gone off the bike. I know this sort of thing is to be expected in here. You shouldn't be surprised. It's a common thing, losing stuff and changing my mind. All the normal things, all the daily routine. Anyway, I came across this thing on the internet. I've been doing one of them things where I've been looking at that a lot and thinking a lot over the last few weeks, actually. Thinking, you know what, if I drop this bike or when I drop this bike or crash it or Matthew knocks me off and I trash that, I really don't want to have to make another one. I really don't. As you can imagine, that was quite time consuming. Yeah. Would I want to make another one of them? No, absolutely not. I wouldn't. So what I'm trying to do, after thinking things out better, everything, well, as much as I can, I put onto this bike is buyable. If I break it, it wears out, it gets damaged in any way, shape or form, I can just purchase that part and sit there twiddling my thumbs, drinking tea, wait for the man in the big red van to turn up and deliver it. It's going to be far easier, and that practicality thing, it's just going to be better. So I was trawling the interweb. I need to stay away from that interweb sometimes, and I came across something and I took the gamble. Again, some people may not think it's any good. I've always said it, you can't please everybody. That is totally and utterly impossible. And also, we've all got different tastes. And also, the cosmetic side of this bike, the looks of this bike, it's not the top of the list at all. It's the practicality and the ease of everything that's right at the top of the list with this bike. Anyway, dun dun dun, drum roll. We have that. Yeah. It's got a light, it's got something to hold the number plate, and we have got different indicators. That is off a KTM Duke, and it's absolutely brand spanking new. It's never been on the road on the bike it came off. Apparently it was a bike in a dealership. Whoever purchased it wanted a tail tidy put onto the bike. This came straight off. It's never been on the road, and it was ridiculously cheap. 20 quid. It has got a bit of a splash guard with it as well, but I don't think I'm going to use that. So yeah, 20 quid. I've already started. This is what I was doing yesterday when I was, yeah, my head just wasn't here yesterday. I was here in body but not in mind, and I was making a lot of mistakes and just getting quite frustrated. One of them days, there's a few bits that went in the scrap bin and I threw the towel in the end. I did get to the point where I mounted this though, and a point where I was actually happy. There was several versions through the day, but I finally got something I was happy with and simple enough to carry on with, which is what I'm going to do today. Anyway, we'll get that on the bike. I'll show you the indicators in a minute. So that's obviously a lot lighter, to the pleasure of some people. They'll like that, it's lighter. And like I say, when I crash this bike, I can just buy one of them if I damage it. Like I say, twiddle my thumbs with my feet up and wait for something to come through the post, and not have to spend probably days reconstructing something like that. We've got a nice bright back light. It's got the built-in number plate light underneath right there. So yeah, I'm very happy with it, very happy. I'll show you the indicators. I was, bear in mind that was like 20 quid, like I say. I was going to go for KTM indicators, so they went straight on, but each indicator was more expensive than that entire tailpiece. Well, no, that's not happening. I can get something similar, I know. And I found a whole set. These are sort of Suzuki replica type things, but very nicely made, and they are very similar shape to the KTM ones. What's that say on there? Spirit Beast. That's what it says on there. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, I have got some proper mounting plates for these, because the KTM ones have the mounting bolt and the wire goes through separately, as on these Suzuki ones it's all in one mounting. The wire comes through the center there. So I bought these little things. They haven't arrived yet. I think they are coming today. That sort of blanks this off and just gives us the one hole. So we'll see how they fit when they come. But yeah, they're the indicators, and I have got 4. So there will be a slight remodeling on the front here. I was looking at the front KTM indicators, like that's on the Super Duke, but they're not going to work. And again, they was horrifically expensive. They are fork mounted, and they are such a fantastic idea for anything like custom built, if you've got the right size forks, that is, because it's just a really easy mounting system. But it's not going to work on this bike. One, the tank's so high up it'll be in the way when you turn the bike, and we have this step here. But it would have been great, but that's not going to happen. But anyway, we've got 4 of them indicators, so 2 will be going on the front as well, obviously. Anyway, let's get this on the bike. I've tucked it in as far as I can. My other thing were get it in, and it'll sort of be within the boundaries of our frame, which will also give it a bit of protection, and not out here. Like I say, the looks may not be to everybody's taste, but as I keep saying, we want to get this as practical as possible. Right, I'm going to bolt it on. Oh, the chocolate box is gone. It's still there, bits of it, but the actual box bit is gone. Well, when I box this in a little bit, we may get a couple of Maltesers in there. The Snickers idea is out the window, I'm afraid. I'm going to have to find another place for them. This is the modified chocolate box. Yeah, I've just got to get the sides on it, but that's got it underway for mounting this rear end. Right, we'll get it on. Today we've got to finish that off, the former chocolate box, the Malteser box, and then I need to make a little panel at the rear of the seat just to tie all this in, and I'm pretty much 100% going to be happy with this, I think. Yeah, I'm sure I am. It's just a lot better. Like I say, it's more about if there's any damage, I can just replace that by ordering one. Anyway, let's get it on and have a look. So I'll tell you what, I'll show you the splash guard that came with it, but it's not going on. It's not working out with what we've got. Let me just get it. I know there's probably people going to say like, oh, trim it right down and all that. I sort of don't want to be honest. But that's the splash guard. Look at all that for 20 quid. Amazing. Amazing. Hold on a minute. I wasn't sure. Let me just get the thing up. I actually wasn't sure. If they'd got the price wrong on the listing, so I pounced on it instantly, because all the others that came with everything were like around 80 quid. There's people selling just the back light for more than that. Look. It wasn't a bid up or anything. It was just, I don't know what the 1 pence is about, but hey, who's going to argue over 1 pence? Anyway, yeah, that's not going on, because I'm doing something slightly different. Let's put that there a minute. So I've done this yesterday, eventually, after several things going into the scrap bin, and then, yeah, starting to lose the will to live and all that yesterday. I eventually come up with something that works. So, how's this go? I can't even remember. What am I doing here? Oh, I don't know. Oh, that's it. I couldn't think how that went then. So that, obviously, our wire goes through there. I've made that big enough for the grommet to still seat into the tail unit, the hole in the metalwork, because there's more wires got to come out of there, obviously, when we put the indicators on this thing. So that goes like that. I've got to put the sides on this so it's nice and strong, because we don't want this bouncing and wibbling and wobbling all over the place. So it's going to be nice and strong, the mounting point. I'll tell you what, let me just bolt that on there, and then we'll put it on the bike. Okay, there's it mounted. We are nice and tucked in. So yeah, we're a bit more compact. Enough room for the indicators. I've tried them on. They all sit nicely under there. Again, they've got a little bit of protection with all the bars that we've got going around everything. I think that sits a lot better. Definitely. I've even got the reflector for here that I'm going to put on. Yeah, they need reflectors for MOTs, so we might as well have the bike all as it should be, nice and simple, and flies through the MOTs. Right, we'll pop the seat on so you can see it, because today we've got to do a little panel here just to finish the rear of the seat off. Oh yeah, we've got to do another bracket for our seat catch, which ain't no big deal, that's easy enough. Right, that's the seat on as well. There we are. All nice and tucked in. I have no idea what it's going to look like with this GoPro. Probably weird, out of shape, not straight. I don't know, but I am definitely happy with that. Definitely. So all I want to do today, in fact, I've just been looking at that splash guard. I think I might trim it so it fits. It's a bit wide to go between the frames, but it's just an extra level of protection, isn't it, from all the debris flicking up, especially with the back light. This will sort of protect that as well from anything coming off the back wheel. So yeah, I think I might trim it and put it on. We may as well. I've got it. It won't fit up there properly at the minute, because we've got to get it between the frame, look. A bit of cutting, and I think, yeah, I think we may as well use it. It fits sort of there back here. It's a bit dark down here, isn't it? We'll see. That's possibly going to happen. So yeah, today, when we get to a sensible time, I can start making noise. There's going to be a little panel made for here. Not quite sure what shape I'm going to do it yet. I don't know. I may even do some unless, is it necessary? I was thinking like a little sunken in round disc to put a BMW badge in it or something like that. Don't know, it wouldn't take a lot of doing. But yeah, some sort of panel that follows the seat line, probably, hold the camera straight, probably comes out here a little bit. I'd say maybe a sunken in disc. We can put a BMW badge in. Let's put that light on. Oh, I've got the welder making funny noises as well, which I'm not happy about. I might have to look at that. Something sounds odd in it. It's all working fine, but I think there might be something going on with the wire feed motor. Is that any better? Not really. Yeah, I think when we get all these little final bits done on that, that is going to be mighty fine. Definitely. Probably not to everybody's taste, I know, but it's going to be far more practical. What do I do with this? I don't know. Save it for another thing that's less off-roady, or throw it in the bin, put it in the scrap pile, put it on eBay, see if someone else can use it. I don't know. It needs finishing, it needs a bit of fine-tuning on the metal work, but I don't know, it might fit someone's custom bike, make it look a bit different if they can just finish off the metal work. Who knows? Right, yeah, I'll wait for a reasonable time and we'll get I suppose I could trim that plastic. Let me check the time. Let me check the time. Oh, where's that? I came in here at 5:30. That's how much I've been messing about. It's now 7:15. Yeah, we can make a bit of noise at that. Probably not on metal, but we can trim that. Get that bit done. Right. What else have we got coming? I've got the front brake lines coming. They're ordered. I've got the little oval blanking things for these. They should be here today, so we can pop the indicators on. What else? Oh yeah, I've got a half decent ignition coming, because that what we was using to start the bike up, that was only going to be a temporary thing. It was £3. It's already broken. So yeah, but it's done its job. It gave us a switch to try the bike out. It's done its job. So yeah, we got a decent ignition coming, so that can be mounted. The throttle's all sorted now, all nice and happy with that. That went fairly well, really. I don't know. Oh, I'd like to look at some wider pegs. From way back when I did ride this bike, one thing that really stood out was how narrow these pegs are. Absolutely terrible when you've got to stand up when you're going over a bit of rough terrain. They are horrible. So something a bit wider. I was thinking of this kit that you can weld on, but then you can get adjustable ones, so you can sort of tip them backwards a little bit, get them back here a little bit or whatever, or down a little bit, and they're probably 3 or 4 times as wide as that. Yeah, I might be looking into that. I definitely need something wider, because they are awful to ride with standing up. So that's got to be looked into. I've got this marked out. I'm trying to get it as close as possible to the frame. It may need trimming again, but this will get us underway to get it somewhere near to actually fitting. Yeah, like I say, this top bit, you're not going to see it. It's only that back bit that you can see. Right, I've trimmed it a few times, tried it a few times, we're about there. So these bits now, I want to radius them. That's better. Right, that's all that back on. Sorted. That's much better. Yeah, I'm glad I've put that on. I say it's a bit more protection, isn't it? Right, next we've got to put the seat back on and then sort out our little panel, what we're doing here. Sort of bit of a finisher on the back of the seat, so it just ain't finishing at the seat basically, and it'll be all attached to this bit here. There we go. I think that's better. Right, quick tidy up of all my mess and get cracking on that bit. Anybody want a dog in a box? What you doing? What's going on, Blue? See that there? Oh no, I want to sit in the box today. They're lot of kids, aren't they? You're like a child. It runs through the theme of the shed. Childish. That's the thing. Remember that your parents had something delivered when you was a kid in a massive box. 20 minutes, that box with a den, it had windows in, doors in, painted, crayons, a lot. Flower pot in the corner. That's it. Hey, well done. Well done, that boy. You silly sausage you are, aren't you? Hey? Right, where are we? I don't know. So what I've done so far, I'm doing cardboard. I know that back shape works where it comes from under the seat, so we'll get that cut, and then it's coming up with some sort of shape in such a short space just to come off here a little bit. Yeah, not quite sure yet. Again, I'm going to try and keep it simple and see what we come up with. I'll figure it out. Right, I've just got on and got this cut. That's basically the plate that comes up the seat that our little shape will come off however we decide to do it. So that'll be, oh, hold the camera right, that'll be under there like that. Basically how it was, but the bit we can see is going to be a lot different. So I think I'm going to take the seat off and tack that on, and then we can decide what's happening with the rest of it. I am thinking of doing like a circle for a badge, just so it's got a bit of something on it, like sunken in, so the badge is sunken into this little mudguard panel type thing, whatever we're going to call it. Yeah, I think I might end up doing that. Right, putting it all back together again to try it. So we need to make sure all our angles of the dangles are good. It's all fitting nice. With me bracket with far too many holes in. I think I might weld some of them up. Right, let's bolt that down and then we'll try the seat on. That's basically to make sure this is fitting against the seat nicely. And then we're going for the gap here. See what we can do in there. I've come up with an idea as well. Just for a bit of fun. Just a bit of fun. Right. Let's get the pen ready. We have BMW. We have Honda. We have Ducati. And now we have KTM. Who can come up with a name for the bike? Well, all that. I'm not one of them that names bikes as in like a pet name. I'm on about what the bike's going to be called instead of BMW. See what you can come up with. The best one, it may end up on the tank of the bike. I'm sure somebody can come up with something out of that lot. I'm prepared for the funny ones. Don't worry about that. But it'd be nice to have a cool one for the tank if I decide to put it on there. Don't have to use them all, because that'd be a pretty long name. But let's see how clever some of you are if you can use them all. Even if it's broken down into 2 or 3 words, not just one word. Just a bit of fun. See what you can come up with. I dread to think. I dread to think. I ain't even thought about it myself yet, but then I'd probably spell it wrong. Anyway, let's figure out what we're going to do in that gap. Right, I have a start. The start of the idea. I'm thinking something like that. Obviously there's a few more bits got to go on there, but just just to add a bit of summer, that circle, sink that in for a BMW badge. It's that size because that's about the only decent size one I can find to buy. All the others go really small for like keyring fobs. 14mm, which is tiny. That's 45mm. Is it? Yeah, 45mm. Yeah, I think it'd be alright. And then I was also thinking, see the shape we've got in this light? Perhaps carrying a bit of that shape into the panel, just a tiny bit. I'm going to start with that idea, cut that out, and then we'll start cutting the sides out, as in this area here, and slowly build it up. It's going to be a little bit time consuming because it's going to have to keep sort of coming off the bike, going back on the bike, because I can't weld near the seat, and I definitely can't weld near that light. So yeah, it's going to be tacked together, tried and like tweaked if we need to change the angle slightly, put back on and off, on and off. So it's going to be a bit of that for a while, but I'm not going to film the on and off bit. That'd be ridiculous. We'll just do the little catch-ups as I get each section done. Okay, that's cut out. Now for our bit for the badge. So for that, I'm going to use, well, sort of use some of this. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I need to cut 2 slivers of that off for our little idea. There we go. Right. I need to pop them in the lathe and face them up, and then on one of them I just need to chamfer the edge off a tiny bit. Right, here we go. I've only just cleaned this lathe as well. I think I have got a bit of a pet hate for keep cleaning this lathe. It's such a pain to clean. But hey-oh. All faced up. Now I'm drawing around this one. So we've got a circle. I'll quickly cut that out. Right. That's about right. That circle we just cut out, trapping it between them now. No, oh, I've got to turn that around. I need it that way. I need it against our bit we've put the chamfer on. Try that again. Doesn't need to be perfect because we can trim it up afterwards. Yeah, let's get an hammer. Where's the hammer? Just tap that side down a little bit. That'll do. Ooh. Right then. Let's get this shaped up. Just going round bit by bit. As if you rush it, it starts crimpling up. Right, let's spin that over. Put my glasses on actually, and I'll do it a bit more. Oh really, I'm going blind. carefully keep that in place. That's going nicely now. I think I'm about there with that. Let's just pop it out there and have a look all the way around. Make sure we ain't got any bits sticking out. No, I think we're good. Right. There we are. That's the bit we're interested in, that bit, which has come out all nice and neat. So we just got to tidy that surface up, and then we can sink that in. We've got all that nice and clean now. So what I've got is this chunk here. It's a bit more precise size than what I formed it around, actually, although it's quite tight on that because we had to go with what old saw we had. That's a little bit rattly in there, so what I've got is that I've just skimmed off on the lathe. That's more precise fit, and then we'll drop our cap over that, and then we know. Let's put it's going to be dead central to that hole then. We'll just do some welds on the back. Okay, that's in. All I gotta do is a couple of little sharp bits inside here. I think this bit of material that I made the disc out of was galvanised, and welding the other side, it's sort of upset the galv on it, and there's some sharp bits there, so I just want to take them off very carefully. Bike again. Now all I need to do now is get this tacked to where I want it, and then we can get everything off the light, because from that being in the right place, I should be able to do everything then with just the metalwork part of it. I'm just thinking I'd like to see that a tiny bit shorter. Just a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to do that first. I want to shorten that. Right, just cut that. That's better. Right, I've got to tack that on very, very carefully. Let's get the old leather apron out. Should do it. That's the one. Right, next we've got these little bits. So I'll quickly cut them out and get them tacked on. Right, 2 of them. Okay, that's them cut. Get them tacked on. So we're just building up the basic shape to start with. I mean, it's going to be a fairly basic shape anyway. Hold that still. Right, that's them tacked on. sort of got this going on, as you can see what I mean. The tip of that, and the tip of the back. Right, next stage is this gap here. Right, these are the next two sections. Just need to mark the other one on the end there. Because that is just got to be folded a tiny bit. There we go. Right, I'm just going to do these in the vise. They're too short for the folder, they won't go in. About there. And about there. Okay, I've got them sides on. There's been a bit of toing and throwing and trimming and stuff. Them little tabs that I folded, that idea didn't work, but it might work in a different way. Not sure if I'm going to do it yet. I might do. But first, I'm just going to get all that bit welded up and dressed up. So that's done then. Where's the... I need to get one of them aluminium bits. Put that in there so I don't want no spatter going in where it's difficult to get out. That'll do. Right, I've plodded through that welding. We definitely have a problem, which I could really do without right now. I don't know what it is. I think it's something to do with the wire feed. It don't sound good. Listen to this. That's going to be interesting. Well, I shall certainly make an attempt to strip it and investigate and see if it's something I can fix. We'll have to see. It's still feeding. It fluctuates now and again and messes the welder, but I'm sort of getting through. But that's something I've definitely got to sort out. Typical, that is. Typical life. Start playing forward and a little spanner will go in the works. I'm sure you can all relate. Oh well, we'll keep plodding on. If it breaks totally, and then yeah, obviously we'll know definitely what it is. Anyhow, I've got a bit of grinding to do now on my really bad spattery welding. Right, that's getting there. Looking a bit better. I've still got to put the sides in here, but I feel I need to do something. So them little bits that I folded earlier, them tiny little ends, I'm thinking of doing that but in a different way. Just to add a little bit of more style to it. It doesn't need it, but I feel I need to do it. This really is just sort of a finisher for the seat, so the seat just doesn't like end on its own and look like something's fell off. That's all it is. It's not a mudguard or anything like that. we got the splash guard on there for that. So yeah, I'm going to do this little bit and then I think I'm done for the day. So it's nearly 9 o'clock. In fact, it might be 9 o'clock because the church bells are ringing earlier. Is it Tuesday? They ring bells on Tuesdays or something, I don't know. And they always stop at 9 o'clock. Anyway, let's try this little last bit before I finish for the day. Right, I've just folded that up. I think it'll add a little bit of style to it, just something different. I'm just going to get on with that. I'm going to do a bit of cutting and welding and grinding, and you'll see how it ends up. Sort of pointless, but I feel the need to do it, so I've got to do it. It'll only take me a minute. Moving on to the following day. Yesterday was a very, very long day. I think I started about 5:30 in the morning, and it was about 10 o'clock at night when I finished messing with this bike. So I was very tired, and yes, I got the little bit of a back end back on, and I started looking at a few other things on the bike, and I may have sat in the chair with a cup of tea, and I may have closed my eyes for a little bit. Anyway, much fresher today. I've had a very, very lazy day today. Not a lot's gone on today, but I've had a damn good catch up with a friend that I don't see that often. So yeah, I've enjoyed a very lazy day. Probably shouldn't have, but I think I needed it. I've been doing a lot of hours on this bike. Anyway, Blue's found something in the bin that is eating and making a mess. What you got, Blue? Hey? What you doing? He doesn't care. Right, the back end then. So we'll have a look at different angles. I'll say, if I'm repeating stuff that I said yesterday, I do apologise. This is, to me, a much more practical approach. When I fall off the bike or Matthew knocks me off again, and let's say we break this bit, we can just purchase a new one and bolt it on, rather than spend days reconstructing that back end we had on there. So yeah, I don't know what I'll do with that back end, I don't, but who knows, it'll probably end up in the scrap bin or something. I don't know. So we'll go around looking at a few different angles. I don't know how it's going to come across with this GoPro. Oh, I did do a little job today. I got the indicators on properly and the little reflector, which we'll see in a minute. But yeah, side view, it follows the back end nice. It's nice and tucked in. So that is a lot better. And we walk round, stepping round the dog and all his rubbish that is found in the bin. Yeah, there we go. I'll say that you probably won't get a true sort of view of it with this GoPro. I don't know. It's very, very difficult for this GoPro to get across to you guys exactly how I see it. It does weird things that we just can't work out. Well, there we are. Obviously, we've still got to finish it. We've still got to get the sides in. You see where it stops here. That will obviously continue down under the seat on our next little bit of time on this. Yeah. So that's it. I am very happy with it, to be honest. Happy with the indicators. Normal big indicators. Again, I know exactly what these are. Everything's easily replaceable by just ordering stuff online. And these are wibbly wobbly ones, so they've got a bit more chance of surviving any impact. Also, when I decide exactly what luggage system I'm using, it will definitely be soft luggage. I shall make the frames to keep it off all this stuff, so it clears everything. That's not a problem. I'll make it so I have lugs on our subframe and another bit of a frame bolts to it, I say, to sort of drape the luggage away from everything. This exhaust pipe, again, bear with me if I am repeating stuff. I can't remember what I said yesterday. It was a long day. I'm extending this. It'll be a really, really, really easy thing to do. I've just got to extend this pipe down here because I want this ending probably about there. Again, so it's completely sort of blowing away out the way of all the luggage. It'll be past it, sort of thing. Yeah, that's going to end up about here, and then I'm going to decide how I'm going to do all the brackets for this bit. Yeah, I don't know, like I say, it won't please everybody, but it's going to certainly be better for me. Do you want to go out now you've made a mess? Blue does this trick where he'll stand staring at the door like that, and you go and open it and he'll run up the other end of the shed. I don't know why, he just likes the door open. Let's try it. He might just go. Not that I'm kicking you out, Blue. Oh, okay. No, I shall leave it so he can give it a nudge open. Oh yeah, I'm going to sort the badge out for this. I'll say I've had a sort of a few ideas on that as well today. Is he wanting to get back in already? Is he? No. Oh, he is. Of course he is. That's a full-time job with that dog, all through the day. In and out, in and out, in and out. I think whatever it was, you've had it. Whatever was in that bag. What was I saying? Yeah, I've actually found a badge that I forgot I had, which is slightly smaller than that little recess that we've done. But I'm thinking of making a nice aluminium sort of holder for it that sinks into there. That'll possibly happen. Yeah, I've got the badge, it saves me buying one. But yeah, just like I say, a few little bits to finish. That obviously, that bit, I think I was doing that bit before, yeah, the day just went wrong. Well, not wrong, I just didn't continue filming. There we are. That sort of goes in with the style of the backlight sort of thing. There's bits that have got to be finished. You know, I've got to dress these a tiny bit more and stuff like that. It's not absolutely finished and perfect. Got to put a bit of a radius on this one. It is slightly different to that one, but little bits of detail like that I'll obviously attend to and get it sorted. And like I say, get the sides on here. Yeah, I'm happy with how it sort of ends with the back wheel. Although I'm looking in this camera now and it looks like that sticks right out. It absolutely doesn't. This GoPro drives me wild. It does. Drives me wild. That is mad, because I know for a fact that this is level with the back wheel. And on here it looks like it sticks right out that way. It doesn't. Right, yeah, it's not a lot more I can say really. It's just, I know it's a complete change on the back end, but it's something I've actually been thinking of for a number of weeks. Keep staring at it, and when I came across this on the internet, I thought, that's it. That, I'm sure that's going to work. It's got to work, and it has. It's worked out absolutely fine. Well, I think it has. I'm just trying to show you all the angles, so all the bits that don't look right at some point going around it with this GoPro light, so it may look right. Who knows with this camera. I'll say this metal bit is more of a finisher for the seat. I didn't want to just leave the seat hanging there in mid-air. It looked a bit daft, so this serves no purpose really, bar just finishing the seat off where it sits. That's about all it does really, and will hold a BMW badge. Yeah, it's very hard to show it properly. I don't know, I reckon I think I'm worrying too much. There we are. It's getting there. I don't think I'm going to change anything else. Not as I stand here and think. I really don't think I'm going to change anything else. Obviously there's still lots and lots of jobs to do. It's all the little jobs now which can take an enormous amount of time, but we're just going to keep getting tucked into them. Tomorrow I'm actually going to see the children for a bit, and I've got a house job to do over there, so I've got to do that, and see the grandchildren as well. I don't get to see them that often, so I am definitely doing that. And maybe late in the afternoon we'll be back in here chipping away at a few more jobs. I'm hoping the new ignition will be here tomorrow, so I can figure that out. Maybe I'll possibly just finish the back first, the metal work on there, and the little aluminium disc thing I'm thinking about for the badge. Yeah, we'll just carry on. I'm absolutely loving doing this. I really am. I am losing sleep thinking about it all the time. Maybe I shouldn't do that, then I won't start chopping things back off it and changing it. But no, I am 100% happy with the front light. Just going to do that brace at the top. I'm 100% happy with the screen, the handlebars, the front end. Obviously that was a monumental job, we won't be changing that. We're going to do these little infills on the tank, and I think that'll look a lot better. So we completely close them big scoops in the tank. Get the oil cooler on. Someone did mention about the oil cooler being where I plan to put it, about it perhaps overheating. Me personally, yeah, well, you're right to make these comments, and I don't mind at all. It's going to get more than enough airflow there. It literally is at the front of the bike, straight through there. And every single other bike that I've worked on, like the Street Fighters back in the day and stuff like that, all over them years, the oil cooler always sat there behind the forks. Look on your GS Suzukis and all that business, that also sat right above 4 very hot exhaust pipes. This hasn't got that. It's completely in sort of the airflow of the bike. I think it'd be absolutely perfectly fine. I have just got to sort the lines out a little bit because they're just not going in the right direction where I need to mount the cooler. But no, that's, like I say, it's completely in the airflow of the bike. Totally. Just sat there. What's he doing? Do you know you've got something in your mouth? Is that stuck? It is, isn't it? Come here, let me help you out. Well, you're going to let me grab it? There, you filthy creature. You are daft, Blue. You are daft. What else we got going on? I can't think of what else I've got coming. I've got a much better ignition coming. This one was only a cheapo thing I picked up at Newark just to be able to try the bike. It's already failed. It's broken. Literally, what have I turned that a dozen times? yeah, no more than a dozen times and it's broke. So I've got a much better quality one coming. That really was not going to go on the bike, but it was there just for us to try the bike. Throttle's all sorted now. I'm happy with that. I want to get some heated grips and get them on. I want to try and get anything electrical on the bike before I start the M unit. So I'm not sort of getting a start on it and having to stop because I'm waiting for stuff. Everything that needs electricity on the bike ready. Oh, the front indicators, yes, did I mention that? I have got exactly the same as what we got on the back now. These Suzuki replica, I think these are basically the style that goes on the Suzuki GSXS. My friend in New Zealand's just bought one of them. Not been on a bike for 20 odd years, so he's thoroughly enjoying that at the moment. So yeah, I think he'll message me and say, yeah, that's what's on my bike. Or no, what you on about? You're talking rubbish. But they, like I say, they're just replicas, and they're very nice too. These seem to be really nicely made. So that, yes, they'll be going on the front. I'm not 100% if I'm actually going to put them where these ones are, but we'll figure something out. So we have got these on the front, so they are matching what we've got on the back. And then obviously we've got that Cosso dash to put on as well. That's going to be really simple. I think someone did mention in the comments of putting that up here, because I think in one of the videos I was holding it against the bike there and there. Just my thoughts. I think it would be better protected here, sat here, rather than up there. And then there's another thing as well, if it's up there I can see all the back of it and the wires and the gubbins through the screen, which I didn't really want. And let's face it, if this bike did take a proper tumble and went over, that screen's just getting smashed and it'd take that out. Here, with all the handlebars and everything, and you know, I think there it's actually a little bit more protected. So yeah, it's going there. I've been planning things with the little side panels here. There's been there's been a slight change of plan there, but you'll see, it's going to look good. It is. It's definitely going to look good. We're still going with the back thing here, but the little plan I got for the side panel that side is going to happen here as well as all the bag and everything. But that's all going to be laid out soon, and the bags will be getting made. So that's going to take care of all that. So yeah, we're just plodding on basically. It'll soon be time to start pulling it all apart and getting all this framework all welded up. I shall just choose a day for that and we'll just have it in bits. I've also been thinking about that. Do I just go for it? When I've welded all that up, do I just get it all powder coated and just go for it? I was thinking about running the bike round and completely raw, in its raw state. And I'm sort of thinking now, I'm going to have to take it all off to weld it all up, put it all back on, run the bike, then take it all back off, get it powder coated and put it all back on again. I'm now thinking, just take that bit of a risk, get it welded up, get it powder coated and put it back on the bike once. I'm going to think about that. And obviously while it's all off at the powder coaters, we will give the engine a bit of a makeover then and get that a bit better than what it is. He wants to go out again. Are you actually going to go out or not? Oh, he'll be back. I'll be back. Anyway, I'm going to stop rabbiting on because I'll just keep going on all evening. I was just talking about everything because I'm excited about it. That'll do. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.